Suddenly, huge head balloons appeared in the sky. Two girls couldn't escape in time and were instantly caught by the balloons' ropes, suspended in midair. What's even stranger is that these balloons looked exactly like the people who were hanged. The remaining two girls ran in panic and hid in a small space. The balloons floated outside, unable to get in. Just as they thought they were safe, the ropes slowly stretched out like living creatures. Despair immediately took over. At that critical moment, the window nearby suddenly opened. A man saw what was happening and quickly grabbed a bow and arrow, shooting one of the balloons. The arrow pierced the balloon, instantly deflating it with a painful scream. The girls thought they were saved and turned to look at each other. But to their horror, they saw their friend's body quickly shrink, collapsing to the ground in a terrifying death. The sight terrified them, and one of the girls ran away in sheer panic. Meanwhile, all over the world, there were countless head balloons floating in the sky, and the news urgently reported the phenomenon. The camera zoomed in on the sea of balloons, and one of them, oddly enough, had the same face as the news hosts. It slowly flew towards him. Eventually, the host was hanged live on air. The government issued an emergency announcement, urging everyone not to go outside unless absolutely necessary. If they must leave their home, they should drive and under no circumstances harm the balloons. If the balloons are destroyed, the person whose face matches the balloons will face the same fate. However, Amy's father, a workaholic, ignored the family's warnings and insisted on going out to finish his work. He covered his neck with both hands and sprinted wildly, but the head balloons had no mercy on their prey. The ropes snapped around his neck and instantly pulled him into the air. Now, this family of four was down to 3. But staying at home wasn't a solution. Sooner or later, their food would run out. Amy's younger brother volunteered to go out and find food. He was confident he could avoid the balloons, even bringing an umbrella as his weapon. As soon as he stepped outside, the balloons charged at him. He threw the umbrella at the rope, trying to break free, but he never came back. Amy's mother, in complete despair, chose to go outside to meet her death. Not long after, she too was suspended in midair. Now, only Amy remained. She curled up inside the house, trembling. Outside, she could hear her mother's gentle voice calling her. "Amy, come out, don't stay inside alone." Terrified, she stayed silent. Suddenly, her brother's voice echoed. "Sis, I'm back. I brought food. Open the window and let me in." Amy, overwhelmed with joy, rushed to the window and opened it. But as she looked up, she saw her brother's lifeless body hanging in the air, his empty eyes staring at her. In the next moment, a rope slowly reached into the room, stretching toward her.